there's no question that this was a victory, like a big victory.
Yes.
You know, everything the SEC cares about, they lost.
Yes.
You know, a freight train was driven through Gensler's argument that all these are securities. Well, now we very clearly have a federal judge saying XRP is not a security. And
going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, you know, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, you know, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto flat. Also, we have stocks are flat. Nasdaq is up as we see yield rates are pulling back slightly. Now we had the Bankman trial start yesterday. So the movie is about to begin. So the jury selection should end soon. And then also, guys, we have the Canadian Exchange TMX soon to start Bitcoin futures trading. And again, guys, we know that's going to bring in volatility, but they're not buying Bitcoin. They're just trading on the price, and they're just cashing out. But again, guys, that should bring in some volume. Now, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, and now everybody understands why I talk about yield rates on a daily basis. The bond market is very important. And yes, yields are pulling back, but guys, they're still high. There's no way the stock market can maintain with yield rates is high. And we all know that the stock market is ran by an algorithm. It's moving money around, but numbers do not lie. And then, guys, we have the dollar, which is slightly pulling back. And we know if yield rates are slightly pulling back, dollar slightly pulling back, the markets are going to make a move up. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to Japan also. But we have volume in crypto slightly down. We have Tether USDC. And then we have the Fed. Yesterday's repo was at 1.3 trillion. Guys, make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis. Now we have Argentinian presidential candidate wants CBDCs to solve hyperinflation. And we know the fourth industrial revolution is going to take us through hyperdeflation because productivity is going to move up. Why? Because of the machine takeover, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over. Now we have the French central bank says CBDCs lay the foundation for a new global monetary system. And we know that is facts. And we have German Dutch central bank unveils a data project mapping crypto transfers. Also, we have Bank of Korea announces plans to test a wholesale CBDC with the BIS and other institutions. So guys, it doesn't matter what country you go to, they're all working on a stable coin or a central bank digital currency because we know all about this digital transformation. All the distractions that are going on, and it's so many. Everybody sent me a whole bunch of information in the Patreon. I'm going to be going over it with some videos on YouTube, and then I'm going to do a couple of videos in my Patreon. But it's so many distractions going on. You see why the sleep stay asleep. But right now, this is what everybody should be focusing on, is the fourth industrial revolution. We clearly see a new monetary system being built right in front of our eyes, and it's going to change our life forever. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale, sent about $22.2 billion. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have the UK to launch digital security sandbox in Q1 of 2024. And we're seeing the tokenization of treasuries. Now we have Binance to shut down BUSD lending by October 25th. Also, we have Yield Protocol to permanently wind down operations by December of this year. So guys, in this bear market, we're seeing a lot of companies close, and then we also are seeing a lot of consolidation. Now we have Ton raises 8-figure sum from Mexi to make Telegram a Web3 super app. And lastly, guys, we have Ripple gets formal approval for Singapore payment license. And we see Singapore is definitely leading this fourth industrial revolution. And then also we have the SEC loses motion to appeal the XRP is not a security ruling. And the next trial date is April of 2024. But we clearly see Ripple is moving in the emerging markets. The emerging markets are going to rise, not the United States. The United States is going to decline. Remember, guys, this is all a movie. Don't forget, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. Long COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.